So hey, what's up guys? This is me, your friend Captain DRS, so with KRS, the back on the video of KRS and DRS Talks. And in today's video, we are going to talk about kind of say the most highly created topic as for me, and in lot of aspect, this might have gone through your mind, and that is why smartphones are getting expensive. So without any further ado, let's quickly get started.
Yeah, nowadays the smartphones are getting vast amount of expensive. The word budget has been changed. First of all, the budget used to be like 10 to 12,000, but now this thing has increased to the 20,000.
But as per me, I have seen smartphones under 5,000 also, but they are, bit of useless, but they are smartphones. For example, there is itel who makes the smartphones at that range. There is also, I believe, Geo made one. There is also a lot of Techno is there. There is Lava also who made smartphones at that range. But those smartphones are kind of say a bit of having a useless and a gimmicky of having a very old processors.
Yeah, but they give the some features are better, but due to the processor thing, many of the person are not buying that phone. The main thing is that, and the smartphones which are many company producing to keep in budget, because the now budget rate, as I told you, is 20,000. So companies over there are coming with it, and 5G phones are coming in that price range also. But then the question comes of the camera, which is not exactly as
Talking about
desired.
the cameras, I believe that the cameras are a bit of useless, and if I do have to say so, at this price point, there is a triple camera setup, but in that triple camera, there is only one camera which is useful, and there is a 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel tap.
The primary is now to be a useful camera, because they are providing 108 as well as 200 also in some price range. I think 108 is coming into the 20,000 or under that category.
Exactly. There is, I believe, a lot of brands who have pushed 108 megapixel, 108 megapixel that labeled picture around the internet, and it is under 20,000 on offer price. And some brands have pushed them to give 108 megapixel with a very unusual processor, but in some ways in a budget sided sector this wasn't on regular basis. If you go in the past, there were some kind of a hypely created budget sided smartphones, but if you go nowadays, there is processor, then there is no good cameras. If there is a good cameras, then there is no good processor, and the same goes for the display, battery, and other components of durability and stuff like that.
So the thing is also they provide the refresh rate, and they tell themselves as gaming phone. So is that a great thing? In the budget category also they are coming, and they are naming as the gaming phone.
See, if IQ does that stuff, I believe that it will be a gaming phone, because IQ 9 series, the 10 series, 11 series, whatever it is, they focus more on to the performance and also on other components very balancedly. But if they comes at the budget side, there is a Neo series and there is SE kind of a series. Also, there Z series, which I believe is a knockoff of Vivo smartphone on IQ. It's something like that. So yeah, if IQ does that thing, it is nice. That gaming stuff. And if tomorrow I wake up and there is a Motorola doing that stuff, I have to check what processor it is, what is the thing, and you also mentioned the refresh rate. See, refresh rate is coming in the budget sided factor. I have seen a smartphone with a 720p display and a 90 hertz. At a first glance, it looks really cool that a 90 hertz is on my phone, but then there is not even a full HD display, which is kind of a really unusual. And I have seen a lot of smartphones under 20,000 who have a 120 hertz of display, and high touch sampling rate and stuff, but followed by the other specifications such as IPS LCD, AMOLED, there is also OLED, POLED, there is a TFT and stuff like that comes on the top. It depends upon stuff.
If OLED is coming, the budget will be the not thing, because if the OLED or 2K display is coming in the category, the price increment will pop out, because they are pretty expensive display. But I think the tech giants like Samsung and Apple are sticking to the same price as many generations we can see. Whether you talk about the H series or Apple series, the price tag not comparing in India, but over the US, it is like $1,000 for so much long time.
And if you are talking about the Samsung, Samsung's S series is expensive side of stuff, and there is a flagship which Samsung makes for the S series. There is a top of the line variant stuff, and many people thinks that that is a good money. There is also the Z series, the foldable type of stuff, and there is also Z and S. Note has been discontinued slightly, but yeah, if they comes in that range, then it is good. Around $1,000, 1 lakh INR, or something like that. That's cool, because we are paying for something which is completely related to the future, and that same brand in a budget side factor, that is currently the A14 came up, the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G, and at the first glance I was superly awesomely gather on this phone that it will be really fun, but that guy was having a Diamond Series 700 around under 15k price point, and you can get Diamond Series 700 at even under 12k INR from a brand Lava Blaze 5G. But that Samsung has the One UI and the software processing and stuff, which makes it more pricier.
So I think many a times people feel that if you want all thing in one package, you have to buy the premium phone. But it was happening when I think at the era of the when two companies were there, Apple and Samsung. But now many companies are entering and they provide something better in the category which is not into the Samsung or into the Apple. Talking about the iQOO provide the certain things. Motorola sometimes do the better thing also, and many
If
companies.
you are talking about the Motorola, I won't be thinking that the Motorola's are the flagship killer type of stuff at a budget side as well. And see, flagship killers
No,
have a good.
see. I am talking about the price tag of the Apple and Samsung. They are very much near to similar, right? The price tag of both the phones. But if you compare with the iQOO, then there might be a difference of the 10 to 20,000, right? If I am uh, correct in the price tag. But if iQOO can provide such things, why many companies are lagging behind and not getting more into this type of phones? Many times I feel that the OnePlus was the best company when OnePlus started killing the things, and the market was very much of the OnePlus. But now the price
OnePlus.
tag has been a huge impact of the OnePlus. Many are thinking that if OnePlus is giving this thing at that price, right, why should I buy OnePlus? Because the Samsung is coming nearby that price tag.
OnePlus had a really good reputation as per me. And if you tell me in around 2017 or 2016, go and buy a OnePlus smartphone, I would definitely close my eyes and grab the flagship of the OnePlus. But now there is the Nord series, and in 2022 they have a huge number of phones, which I believe was upsided, and their flagship, the 10 Pro series, or you can say the 10 series, were completely upsided. Then was the 10R, 10T, 10, 10 Pro. It was completely unusual that any time there was a new flagship. So OnePlus lost its reputation, and you are mentioning Apple in between, which is kind of not a budget sided factor, but Apple is focusing onto a budget sided too. the 12 series came in a lot of good regions of, basically I'm talking about the 5G. 12 series is a 5G, that's why. 13 series is also going.
My definition of the budget is something like this. If the company is providing that thing at the pricing which they are providing from the generations, so that thing became the budget of that gun. Apple is known from the premium category, but the price tag of the Apple is always sticking in the that era. Whether you talk about the 1 lakh or $1,000, neither I have not seen that they are kicking that. If they are bringing something like $1,500, it might be saying that Apple has overpriced, or this is the not the era of the Apple.
Yes, exactly. Apple knows what to make, and if someone is there who trolls Apple, there are a lot of people who love Apple inside of them. It's completely upside stuff, but there is a trend going on, and if you have seen in past couple of years, no matter what, Apple is the best, and we will try to snatch something from it. I have seen Google Pixel 7 series, I believe. Their event was kind of a really plain event, and they explain about the software and stuff. But in the starting, they were explaining we have a feature which you might have forgot, and those were some of the features which were completely targeting from the Apple, such as that satellite SOS and stuff like that, which came on the iPhone 14 series, which made a kind of a lot of people upset that why it is happening. We have seen brands doing something like this, completely telling that our phone is better than their flagship phone, and it has been passed, and we have forgot that stuff. But companies are digging those stuff out, and it's completely upside stuff.
So I think is the see many times Apple get trolled that these phone are expensive, but the price tag is around that. And if you are just watching the Apple budget, I think the performance is great, but the features are a little bit of oldish.
Apple, as per me, they are now, slightly focusing on to providing good customization to the people and keeping that Apple vibe on it. And if you talk about the performance, it is improving and decreasing in a lot of factors in compared with the old processor. Such as my favorite processor, has for me still today, is the A14 Bionic, and there isn't a lot of devices with this. There is an iPad 10 generation, the legendary guy, but I personally hate this tablet, or you can say this iPad, and so it's completely ups and downs. But yeah, Apple is currently, gone to the oldish type of stuff. There is a triple camera setup which looks identical and same from the 11 Pro series and still today. So they will change, as per me.
Apple has always got one advantage that you doesn't recognize what price it will come. Why I am just telling, because see, as per the processor perspective, we can recognize if the Snapdragon is coming with any of the
exactly
phone,
exactly
any of the phone. For example, it is coming with the iQOO 11 series with the 8 Gen 2, right? So each people can recognize that this phone is coming with this price tag. So other phone should be coming around this price only. But Apple,
I will mention one good example over here. I believe Motorola Edge 30, which was having 50 megapixel plus 50 megapixel plus 2 megapixel, and Snapdragon 8 plus Gen 1, and it was the cheapest phone to provide that flagship processor. And personally speaking, I was completely gone crazy and wanted to buy that phone, but Motorola is having its own vibe and taste, so I never bought one.
so
But yeah, still, if you are there and it is in your budget, Motorola Edge 30, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is a good processor, and you can go ahead with it. It's nice.
so in the case of Apple, we can never think of what is the exact price. Many
Exactly, that's completely
many
true.
many company do the such things. I have heard that they they focus on the phone whether to compare on the profit. But in Apple case, we got never know.
Yes, because A16, the latest, it is limited to Apple and Apple's inside ecosystem such as iPad and stuff like that only. And if there is the M series processor for the MacBook, that is also limited to the Apple. There is S series processor for the iPod, that is also limited to the Apple. So they have, their own strategy and their own monopoly on that phone factor. There is also iOS, which is their OS basically, which is only limited to them. So Apple has its own, and they have their own vibe.
If many company do such things, that in there is a news that each company is developing their own stuff, own processor, so it will be then very hard to recognize that what will be the exact price of this, because each
See,
has the
I definitely agree on your statement of every company is developing its own processor or you can say own silicon. Um, I believe the Oppo did that, Mari Silicon X, and they
but
are currently
see,
developing.
Mari Silicon, if you talk in the brief, it is focusing, it is not exactly processor, it is connected with the
Exactly.
processor.
They won't be completely going and killing off the Snapdragon or MediaTek. They are currently the source in a budget, a
They are
flagship and
telling
stuff
that
like that.
they will build something like that. They
No,
are
it won't be completely suddenly going and no Snapdragon, no MediaTek. We have our own processor. There will be a lot of patience of optimization, a lot of stuff on the top, OS, and yeah, they will recognize the OS on the top of it. But games, applications, a lot of social media scrolling and stuff like that, which is common in a lot of people. Um, it needed to optimize in a processor, so
I have
it's
seen
like that.
I have seen many times that if you are buying, if you are going to buy the phone, you will ask some detailed things like what is the processor. You want to know that it got the Snapdragon, Exynos, Apple, or any other, which is the thing you needed. You will not uh, ask that which features are more provided. So the more features is included in the Mari Silicon. So this thing, if Oppo is telling in the event, or Vivo or any other the BBK electronics,
Aiku, Aiku, Aiku.
we are bringing this chip and this will do that thing. So it matter nothing. But if you are not coming in that price, you will not be sellable. What do you think?
Yes, BBK develops currently. Vivo and iQOO has their V2 chip basically, and Mari Silicon X for Oppo. OnePlus is also a part of Oppo if you don't know it. And soon we might be able to see Realme. I don't think that, but Realme. Okay, we won't be talking about that stuff. Okay, that silicon stuff will be in somewhere else video, but currently let's focus on to the budget side factor.
Yeah,
And
but if they are increasing the price, then I want to also include the iQOO, because iQOO is also bringing some great features, like focusing on the gaming only. They are using the cooling chamber, which is the great. Each and
exactly,
every
see,
time it is increasing, and it is a direct competition to this thing, because many of the features are much greater in the iQOO as compared to the silicon is of the Oppo and Vivo is focusing on the, I think, the music and gaming. So if we compare, doing the great in a
see,
similar
iQOO
scenario.
also uses their V2 chip, which is for Vivo, and V2 chip basically, as per me, as they have defined, is focusing on more onto the display. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments or let me know basically, and focusing more onto the display and stuff, and so it is so. And as per me, the iQOO is only, as per me, okay, only brand who is a flagship budget sided killer.
Yes, even the great cameras also. You will get the gimbal stabilization.
Yes, exactly. There is, I believe, Neo 6, which is perfect, and many people like the smartphone, and many people have shifted to this smartphone. There is also Neo 7 going to be coming no matter when. But this phones, both of them are basically awesome and edge to edge killing what they are providing at what price point. And there was a define for the OnePlus to be a really good brand at a budget killer. And at that price point, no one was there. It was like a Apple, Samsung, and OnePlus. These three brands were basically known for a kind of a tech person user. But we know OnePlus what is going on with their ups and downs, Nord series and their flagship. So it is so.
Even if we compare to iQOO to the Vivo X90 series, which is based on the camera, it is quite very expensive. If we can think they give the best camera, so if iQOO is coming with the 50 or 60,000, this thing can be 70 or maybe 65. But I think X90 series is expensive from that also.
X90 series hasn't gone officially in India. They are rolling to the global
But
market.
the expected price of as compared to the X70 or X80, around 80,000 is the call, because these are
Um,
coming from that.
Personally speaking, I was the person who was more onto this expected price and stuff, but now I don't believe, because sometimes the phone I need at that price point it doesn't come, so I won't be believing on that. But yeah, see, the X90 series or the Vivo's X series is the one of the flagship type of stuff, and they think they are completely competitioning with Samsung, Apple, whatever brand is there in their range, such as Google Pixel 7 Pro, and they think they are the best. And in some factors they are best. And if you are talking about comparing Vivo and iQOO, in lot of factors they are using the same hardware, same OS, and same stuff. You might able to even get a same quality photo from both of the smartphones. But iQOO doesn't want, currently as for me, doesn't want it to go in the hands of the Vivo to give competition to themselves. But people are there who think that in some factors iQOO is good in compared with the Vivo. But as for me, they don't want it to get into the competition, and that's why the 11 Pro isn't coming to Indian market. iQOO 11 Pro.
As compared to the 11 to 11 Pro, the 11 Pro camera were much better. That's what the
Exactly,
specs
but
say. Yeah.
see, personally speaking, I'm also sad that the 11 Pro isn't coming. But this both of the smartphones were really good, and if they come at around the pricing of 60, 70, then also they will be a really good phone. But yeah, it is rumor. We don't know if tomorrow there will be a poster going on Amazon that iQOO 11 Pro is coming on this date. So see, I this BBK
The
Mobiles has
chances,
gone
the
pretty good
chances
from.
are hard, because I don't think they have done the event, and for the next
They
phone they
only
will
announced
focus.
the iQOO 11.
Yeah, I don't think they
To
will
be frank,
make
it's
specialized
a
event.
sad part for me and KRS both that the 11 Pro isn't coming. But we won't be sad, and we won't be discouraging you. If you are able to buy this 11 Pro, and if it is available in your region, go ahead, look out for reviews, and it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not.
Because see, as compared to the last, which is the 10 Pro or 9 Pro, the cameras of the iQOO were the best thing, because many times what happens that the gaming phone are crazy in the gaming, but the camera is the factor which is not great. But iQOO provide the both thing last time, but in this
Exactly.
time, in
Even
this
in except the Z series, the Neo series, the SE series, whatever they are, they provide good quality photos and at that price point. And the processors are also nice, which is hard to get at that price point. And even in sales, their deals are most highlighted. And as for me, tomorrow if you wake up and go ahead with the iQOO Neo 6 in 2023, then also it will be nicer.
so now the thing of the budget is very hard for each or any customer, because if you want to buy all the certain things, there will be many options, and it will be hard for him to
See,
recognize which
there
one.
are, as per
And
me, as per me, there are three factors which affected the price point. Firstly, the supply chain which has been disturbed due to 2020. Currently, the China's own lockdown policy. We won't be talking about that. And the thirdly, the company's undecided stuff which they are doing in a lot of range, and they are morely focusing on to the marketing. As per me.
the fourth is chip shortage.
Yes, exactly. Which is, I believe, still going on due to the
Yes.
2020 effect. And we have seen a lot of smartphones with a 695 going at the price point of 24,000 INR. 695, which is the Snapdragon 695 5G processor. And as for me, that processor is good under 20K and goodest at the best under, even if it goes under 15K.
Yeah, 15,000 price might be of that thing, because I think the if we compare to their older version, which was the, I think, 675, was around that price tag.
See, this Snapdragon has gone completely upsided. If we compare to the older versions, there will be a huge ups in the 695 and compared with the 695, 675 basically, or you can say 660, something like that. But they have, increased a lot of factorial stuff for the 695 and compared with that 6 series processor. This, I don't know why, but yeah.
If the chip shortage uh, scenario might be solved out, the thing will be you will get the phone exactly in the same price which you decided, because each and
Um,
every phone are increasing by the 2 to 3,000 rupees, and in a
See,
flagship there is a different.
even in chip shortage, I I want to cut you in between. Even in chip shortage, a lot of brands, I believe the Lava Blaze 5G enter at triple 499 9,999 basically INR, a 5G phone with a Dimensity 700, and that was a killing type of stuff. And a lot of brands who did that type of stuff, under 14K, providing a 120 hertz display with the IPS LCD, or you can say AMOLED 90 hertz, a good processor, and mixed it. They have also done that type of stuff, but it might be for the first sale, or you can say for the sales only.
The thing happened with the companies which are doing great. They are not building the respect from the customer. As per see, for example, if we compare to the company who is most recognized, they don't do the silly things, right? They don't bring the processor which is not needed, or which is old enough to forget. But
Exactly.
the company, I don't know why brings that thing. They do not focus on their premium product, like the Lava Blaze was the great example. The This was the premium product
Lava
of
Agni. I believe that Lava Agni was the premium one.
a premium one. Yeah, and the Blaze was also the great one. The latest,
Yes.
the camera was also the great. So they are not sticking. They are doing the new things, and making the phone which are not needed.
Yeah, I agree on that lava stuff because they have made A22 in I don't know why A22 with the Android 12, and this mixture wasn't good. I believe Lava Blaze the first came up it was having, but yeah, they do stuff like that, and people also go ahead and buy, and that was due to only one factor: the camera design and the back design. Basically, the one factor, the glass back design, the mostly hyped the created marketing strategy.
Yeah. So if you invest your exact time not bringing the silly phones, you can invest in your premium as well as this kind of one which are attracted by the camera. Because many times, I don't know, people needed the phone for only camera. Doesn't matter which processor you get. only for
Exactly,
the
yeah.
camera. Yeah. So this market is increasing very fast, and the reels are shot
It
in
will
the
be
light.
increasing. Even in future, there might be a pix, not a pixel basically. There might be a phone with a 695 going at a 30K. There will be might be normal for a lot of users. Snapdragon 695. Don't judge both of us because we are giving examples, and we are just providing you examples, and we won't be targeting to buy and go and screw this brand or something like that. These are just examples. Don't judge over that type of stuff. It is so.
If you want to do this kind of phone, then they can do the silently. Uh, Vivo, Oppo are doing, but they are silent.
Yeah, Vivo's Y series.
Yes,
That if you have bought one, I'm not judging on you. Your budget might be mostly gone too much tight, and this smartphones, there are two smartphones in a week higher seed. There is a lot of rumors of this smartphones also going around this weeks and stuff, and their design and stuff looks a lot similar to the previous generation. Vivo's Y series and Oppo's, I believe, A series is there who does stuff like that. But if see if you make smartphones like this, you have to store it, you have to design it and stuff like that, you have to spend marketing money. And if you have a lot of money, I am happy to get your money, but please focus on something which is killing and really good, such as Oppo K10 5G was really good but very unnoticedly priced, and wasn't able to get the market too. So
but uh,
if
but do you
something
but do
like
you
that
know that
comes,
this also fault of the that budget thing of the Vivo and the Y series I'm telling got the sales also. Why? Because they hyped something like Y51T, if you remember, was the crazy phone.
yeah. See what type of stuff they done. 50 megapixel, the main sensor at this price point. You won't be getting 32 megapixel
But
selfie at this price point.
that phone was only limited to just China, because it is very sad. Many were waiting for that phone because the price tag was over there was crazy. I know that, and you will get the camera great also and the processor also. Uh,
Yes, exactly.
it was the primary camera which was great. Doesn't matter of the secondary, but the price tag which the phone was coming was crazy. When the phone launched in China, there were rumors, and many tried to sell it out their Y series phone.
See, Vivo Y series is good, but they need to work a lot of, and they need to recognize their strength. Personally, for me, and if tomorrow I might use Vivo Y series, that might be a strong reason for using that smartphone. That might be I want to check the Vivo's OS because FunTouch OS gets new stuff on the budget side, so it might be like that. So don't judge me also in the future, okay?
Also, they are doing the crazy thing, which is they are not putting this series in the online market, or to compete
Yeah,
with their own.
offline. See,
This is only focus on the offline thing.
offline people go buy offline smartphones because see they don't have a really high end knowledge of the tech and such as processors and stuff, what type of processor. um we might give advice on that note if someone asks us, but sometimes it get you know undecidedly there are three smartphones, and this one looks better, then you might be focusing on that in offline specific. But yeah, if you have a good knowledge of tech, then who am I to give advice to you all people?
Yes, and one another thing, Samsung is also doing that thing, that the M series is only available on the online, and the A series is available on both the sides.
See, Samsung's A series, M series, F series, this is really undecided stuff. Sometimes M series, I believe the M02 was available on the offline stores. There was F12 available on the offline stores. A series, 8, currently the latest and the greatest, A14. Currently, it is available on both offline and online. Which is, I don't know what Samsung was planning But currently, A for awesome, F for fabulous, M for monster. That's all they are focusing as for me on this note of the A, M, F series.
I think the perfect we are not pretty much uh, fans of doing that thing like the Micromax do, but is playing the great game. Focus is on.
Basically, you are mentioning Micromax. What they have did?
They have bring the phone, but they are not
When?
bringing.
I believe in 2022 they have not even a single phone. I believe, and it for me personally, when the In Note One came up, I was a fan of it and wanted to go ahead because it was good and it was having that that X Factor type of design which made fan of it. But there was a lot of bugs and there doesn't even a proper flagship of that version came up. There was also the 5G Micromax phone, which I believe has disappeared.
I think if you want to build a reputed thing, you should stick to your best. Is Micromax doing?
Exactly.
They are taking time, as I know, but they will bring something good. They will not do something like the
Even I
lava
believe
does,
on that note
always
that
getting
they are
active.
taking their best time, and in future, if Micromax 5G came up at a whooping price and the pro version of it, everything very balanced, then it might be like a good selection of options for a lot of users. Let's see. So yeah, those were some of the factors which we needed to talk about, and also know your opinion in the comment section down below because it is mattering a lot of our questions. And if you have
Yes.
more questions related, let us know in the comment section. And
Subscribe to the channel, press bell notification to also never miss any other. Coming soon with another one. Till then, stay safe and stay connected with KRS and DRS Talks and our all the channels because you will get update in all the things.
peace out.